excuse me. We still have not seen Sioli Tuipulotu, the hero and MVP of last week's game. Try and get a report to you on that. This one will go at the 5, and Tyrone Brooks picks it up, and the Olympians are in a big disadvantage. Brooks is hit. Brooks is thrown down. 2 flags come flying. Maybe a face mask since the flags were thrown late. Let's see what's going to be called. So 2 different flags were thrown. Are the officials still talking about it? Face mask on the Cougars and a clip against Lusinger, so they'll do it all over. So after all that, they'll re-kick. See the Hawthorne Letterman? So a story developing without Sioli Tuipulotu. We haven't seen him all week long, and I'm looking down on the sideline, and I don't even see him on the sideline in uniform. So we called him the Bus. We're going to preview his new nickname, the Trolley, since we're at Lawndale's Community Cable Channel 60. There's Brian Bruno. And Jermaine Wood, you see him walk through the screen, but Bruno, 90-yard touchdown run last week against Torrance. So he can take it a distance. See if they'll kick it to Eddie Miller again. And this one looks like it's going to go to Bruno. Bruno up the 20. Brian Bruno, good speed, spins off tacklers, fights inside the Hawthorne defense to the 36-yard line, and another penalty. And I believe this one may go against the Olympians. Boy, how can you get 2 blocking penalties in a row on the kick return? Clip against Lusinger. 2 clippings in a row. That is unbelievable. That's going to be driving the coaching staff crazy on the other sideline. All right, so it's first down after the penalty. They place the ball at the 16-yard line. So Lusinger starting in their worst field position of the night. The Cougars have them backed up at their own 16. Eddie Miller, the lone running back. Muwala showing blitz. They give it to Miller, but J.R. Muwala hits him, causes a fumble. And do the Cougars have it? No, the Olympians do. At the 10-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of about 6. See if we can see where the fumble, it just did not get into his arm. Didn't squeeze it. Evelyn Smith recovering, number 51 for the Olympians. So there's a wasted down. Second down in about 6. Second and 15. There's nobody covering one of the losing receivers. Now they do. They give it to Bruno, and J.R. Muwala is doing the job at linebackers. This time he cuts him down at the line of scrimmage. J.R. Muwala reads the play and makes a great play at the line. We've seen him do great things all season long. He's a junior from the Muwala family that have really led Cougar football in this last decade, actually. His brother, David Muwala, was CIF Player of the Year in 1992. See a little bit of his brother rubbing off on him on that play. Poirier put it up. He has Eddie Miller, breaks the tackle. Eddie Miller has the sideline, spinning ahead, gets the first down. What a nice run by Eddie Miller after the catch. And does he want this ball game? If Lusinger would have a winning record, this guy right here, number 5, Eddie Miller, will come into your picture. He would be the MVP of this league, no doubt about it. Look at that. Nice play. Didn't think he had a chance. He was able to get past Etchema and Russell. First down and 10 for the Olympians. Brian Bruno, the lone running back now. Poirier looking in trouble. Shovels it to Bruno on a broken play, and Bruno is dropped. So a heads-up play by Poirier to get that ball away. But Brian Bruno made the catch. And just decided to run with it. He said, hey, the ball was supposed to go to me. See if we can see what happened on that play. Poirier slips when he tries to plant, and he just trips and gets it away. To Brian Bruno, and Bruno's like, whoa, look what I found. Corey Thetford knocks him down, so it's second down and 11. Second and 11 for Poirier. Nice move by Vea to almost make the sack. Poirier's in big trouble. Get something positive out of it. Out to the 29, but it's going to be third down and a long 9. So the Olympians trying to pass in the nasty, sloppy mud in the middle of Howcap, as the rain has just destroyed this field. Last week's freshman game, last Thursday's freshman game, really tore the field up. And the quarterback, you see, we've seen him have problems. They need to maybe change his cleats, because he's had problems when he's been planting his left foot, it looked like. Third down and 9. Blitz coming, and Eddie Miller's got it, but he's in and out of his hands. Nice hit by Keith Aquino. So it's fourth down, and Lusinger will have to punt it. Keith Green blocked the last punt. All right, fourth down now and 9 for the Olympians. Back deep to receive Jermaine Chapman and Brandy Russell. Eddie Miller, Mr. Everything for the Olympians, to punt the ball away. Here come the Cougars after it again, but Miller rockets one way over the head of Chapman. And did he touch it? If I was Lusinger, I would pick it up. And they do at the 7-yard line. 65-yard punt for the Olympians. 65-yard punt for Eddie Miller. He had an 80-yard punt earlier in the season. What a huge punt. Backing the Cougars up at their own 7-yard line. 68 yards was the official punt. If I was Oscar Cifuentes on that last play, I'd have picked that thing up and ran into the end zone. First down and 10. Russell and Keith Green in the backfield now for the Cougars. Green's the motion man. They give it to Brandy Russell off tackle. He's tough off tackle, but this time the Olympians shut him down after about a gain of 3 to the 10-yard line. Second down. But Brandy Russell, he's awesome off tackle. I think he's actually one Hawthorne's best runner. I'd like to see him get the ball more. So my vote goes to give Brandy Russell the ball more, but I'm just the commentator. I don't count. Take another look. Brandy Russell off tackle. They kick out the end. Just what they want to do, but a nice play made by Bo Moy Moy, the sophomore, number 77. Moy Moy spelled M-O-I-M-O-I. Second and 6 for Hawthorne. They fake the pitch, but Cummings can't even get it away. Terrence Hill drops him for a big loss, close to a safety. So number 45, Terrence Hill, with a big play to make it third down and long. Maybe the biggest play of the year for Terrence Hill. Third down and 13 for the Cougars now. It becomes dangerous. They're at their own 5. Last time they had 13 yards to go. It was 4th and 13, and they almost scored a touchdown on the fade pattern. All right, Kevin Jackson is in. He caught the fade. He's number 12. Cougars, though, going out of the split back formation. Lusinger showing blitz. Russell gets it, and Russell's down. Cougars going to have to punt. So this should be exciting. A punt. Cougars back deep in their own territory. Going to have to punt it and give it to the Olympians. Eddie Miller, who had a big 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the first quarter. Kevin Jackson almost blocked. And Miller's not even going to get a chance at it because it's not a very good punt. Bounces at the 33-yard line. So 24-yard punt, no return. Lusinger with good field position with 6 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll get the ball at their own 34-yard line with a chance to score it. I don't think you could have imagined the Olympians playing much better than they have in this ball game. And it's not to say the Cougars have played bad. It's just the Olympians really haven't given them a chance to show their wares. First down and 10, Lusinger. They have good field position at the 33 of the Cougs. Bruno in the backfield. He'll get it, and he'll get smashed. No gain. Nice play by the Cougars. William Vea, number 55, he's done a terrific job all season also. One of the good defensive linemen. And Kenny Finau, he always does a good job coming off the end. That's special when you have a defensive end that can stop plays that go up the middle. That's one thing Ken Finau does well. Second down and 10 for the Olympians. Eddie Miller now is the running back. So we've seen Bruno and Miller shuffle. And offside. J.R. Mwala, a little bit too anxious, comes into the neutral zone, and the Olympians will get a free 5. So the 5-yard penalty will bring it to the 29-yard line, and the Cougars hurt themselves right there as the Olympians have a short 2nd and 5. So the linebackers for the Cougars, Joe Etchener and J.R. Mwala along with Brandy Russell. They give it to Bruno, and Bruno is not seeing much room when he gets the rock as the Cougars are swarming around him. The Olympians having a tough time blocking for Brian Bruno. So no gain on that last one. Brandy Russell and his boys. The Cougars have a very quick defense. All of their linebackers are all double as running backs, so that'll tell you something. And J.R. Mwala is really showing the Bay League that he's a first-team All-League nomination right now. Third down and 5 for the Olympians. Quick count, and Fourier has an open man inside the 10, and a touchdown. No, they call him down at the 1. They call him down at the 1. Alpha English made the catch. It looked like he scored. Take a look at the replay. What a beautiful play by Fourier, not to lose his composure. And English running after the catch, boy, he wanted to get that touchdown where they turn him around and knock him down. First and goal for Lusinger at the 1-foot line. I formation. The senior tail of the tandem is Eddie Miller. And Miller gets it off right side. Cuts up. Scores. Touchdown, Olympians. And the Olympians are right back in this game. They're down 13-12 pending the extra point. So the Mayor's Trophy right in the middle of the field. It won't go, not tilting to either side. Let's go to a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment on Channel 60 Sports. The Olympians missed the two-point conversion. They lined up out of the eye, tried the power. Eddie Miller tripped and fell. And so the Cougars hold on 13-12 here in the first half. Huge crowd on hand. They watched that last play. Let's take a look at it. They just tried to give it to Eddie Miller off right tackle. They tried to give it to Eddie Miller off right tackle. Looked like he had a seam there. Look at that. Good blocking. Looked like he had a seam. Just tripped over one of his men's foot. All right, the Olympians to kick it off. And we'll say once again, the last 2 years, the Cougars have returned to kick for a touchdown against the Olympians. Once again, they swib it. Here's Kaven Jackson. Jackson with a big hole, and Jackson outside the 40 drives his feet to the 48 to give the Cougars great field position. That was really poor kick return defense by the Olympians. As the players ran down, didn't look like they wanted to make that tackle, but Kevin Jackson, the junior, has made some big plays. He made the 4th and 13 catch at the 1-yard line to set up Hawthorne's second touchdown. Cougars up 13-12, 3:53 left to play here in the first quarter from Howcat. Jason Miller with you, happy to have you with us. All right, Etchema, we haven't seen him carry it much today. Gets it on the pitch. Bruno has outside containment, can't keep it. Brooks can't keep it either. And Etchema turns an 8-yard loss into a 2.5-yard gain. So Joe Etchema, we've seen him get off all year long, on the pitch. This time the Olympians are giving him trouble with those defensive ends getting upfield. They gave him a 4-yard carry, 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Cougs. I formation now for the Cougars, and a mix-up in the backfield, and Etchema is punished for it. Evelyn Smith lays the hat, and Joe Etchema has to wonder what happened that play. As he expected to get the ball one way. Quarterback Cummings had another idea. With 3 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. So 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Cougars. This is a big 3rd down. Brian Bruno wanted the crowd to make some noise for him. Maybe a passing situation here for the Cougars. Brent Hampton is the motion man. Cummings with a 3-step drop, goes to Ketter on the sideline. He's got it, and Charles can't make the tackle in time, so Ketter gets a couple extra yards and a 1st down for the Cougars. That stops the clock with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. The Cougars would really like to put a touchdown on the board right now. They lead at 13-12. They get the ball in the second half on the opening kickoff. So the Olympians with 2 sophomore defensive backs in, Donald Bell and Charles Chester Johnson. Out of the backfield in motion is Finau, and they give it to Etchema, and Etchema's finding it hard to find openings. He's finding it hard to get an opening, as the Olympians doing a great job. Gerald Guerin made the stop. This Lusinger defense has been bend and break all season, but they do a great job here. Let's take a look at Camacho, number 75, the former Cougar. You think he wants to get his old mate? His brother graduated from here. He has a little punishment at the end of the play. 2nd down and 8 for Hawthorne. 1 minute and 50 in running in the first half. Etchema is turned back and buried by Camacho. George Camacho, his brother, was an all-star for the Cougars. He's now at Oklahoma State University. You think Camacho wants this game? He wants it bad. I talked to him before the game, and the Cougars want him bad also. A minute and 20 left and running. So the Cougars really having trouble actually moving the ball. They've made some nice special teams plays off of the block punt, and they got the 4th and 13 conversion. Without that, the Olympians would really have control of this ball game. However, Hawthorne with a 13-12 lead, and Andre Cummings calls timeout. So they used a lot of clock right there. Cummings must have been confused. I know Coach Robbins didn't want to call timeout if he already used about 15 seconds of the play clock. So let's look at the Coach Robbins watch. You know, he likes to get those arms flailing in the huddle when he's yelling at his team there. A reminder, next week, Channel 60 Sports will follow the Cougars. No matter if they win or lose this game, they will be the second place team in the Bay League. So they'll go to the playoffs and play another second place team, unless they are ranked and seeded. But we'll follow the Cougars. Whoever they may play, wherever they may go, we will follow them throughout the playoffs here on Channel 60 Sports. And this is the Cougar team with the talent to take it all the way. So we hope they take it all the way. We'll follow them all the way down to the, I would say champagne, but these kids are too young, so the sparkling cider ceremonies after the game. Well, they're class of 99 juniors, so they've been here a couple of times throughout this rivalry. 3rd down and 11 for Hawthorne now, with a minute and 1 remaining in the first half. They are up 13-12 over Lusinger. Cummings, play action. Lusinger bites, and they bite Cummings as he goes down for a loss. 4th down. Aurelio Lares with a great play. So the Cougars send their punt team on the field. The Olympians won't try and stop the clock as it's 40 seconds remaining and running. Aurelio Lardez, the senior. Kevin Jackson won't fake it. Lusinger should just get away from this one, and they do. So, ball down at the 14-yard line with 19 seconds left. No doubt the Cougars, or the Olympians, will just put it on the knee. What a surprising turnabout. Point spreads up there at about 21, people thought. But the Olympians have come out and shocked this Hal Cap field. They have these fans sitting on their hands as they cannot believe that Lusinger's right there fighting blow for blow with the Cougars 13-12. But the Cougar coaching staff expected this. So did the Olympian coaching staff. There's the last defensive play that caused the punt. You see, everyone was faked out except for Aurelio Lares. So the Olympians, no doubt, should put it on a knee here and go to halftime, only down by 1. But they're going for the bundle. Fourier throwing it to the sideline, and miscommunication was the play right there, as T. Charles was the intended receiver, went upfield. I'm very surprised that the Olympians backed up deep in their own end. Don't just put it on a knee. I bet you the Cougars love them going for the bundle here, because disaster might strike at Howcat Field if the Olympians keep trying to throw the ball. They're putting it up again. Lusinger just needs to put it on a knee. Big sack by Vea, and a Kenny Finau, of course, around the play. And we're going to go to the half with that. That's the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, surprise, surprise. The Olympians are in it. They're down 13-12 to the home Cougars. See, disaster might strike when you try and go for it. But that's the end of the first half with the score. Hawthorne, 13. Lusinger, a game Lusinger team, 12. But the Cougars trying to get some momentum to sack the Olympians. We'll be back with second half action in a moment. You're listening and watching Channel 60 Sports game of the year. By surprise, our score here as we get ready to start the second half. The Cougars, 13 heavy favorites over the Olympians, who have 12. No, that score is not a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. As we get set for second half actions, the Olympians have yet to run out here as the crowd for the Olympian side has been on their feet and have not sat down the whole game. Well, those candles out there. So the candles, maybe holding some sort of significance, whatever it is, it's working. As we get the Olympians ready to come through their banner, as they're breaking through tonight in a big way, putting 2 big touchdowns on the board in the first half. The Cougars will receive it as we go into the second half. Eddie Miller will kick the ball away for Lusinger. He returned to kick for a touchdown, 90 yards. Back deep to receive for Hawthorne, number 4, Jermaine Chapman, who returned to kick last year against the Olympians for a touchdown, along with Brandy Russell. All right, the Olympians a little late coming out. Now they finally get ready to go, as on Channel 60 Sports, we have given you the game of the year, and it has been all as billed. We've had a block punt, a kick return, a conversion on 4th and 13. Let's just hope the second half can be even half as exciting as the first. As Eddie Miller tees it up, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 24 minutes of football left in the Channel 60 Bowl for the Mayor's Trophy. Eddie Miller lays into it, and Brandy Russell falls. It's going to be Chapman. He had a return for a touchdown last year. Chapman trying to get outside, gets a straight arm. Chapman trying to get outside. He is outside. And Jermaine Chapman's knocked down at the 35 on a nice return. So the Cougars start 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Jermaine Chapman, always dangerous, shows it. The Cougars really haven't moved the ball on long drives today. They've gotten some breaks. But let's take a look at the replay. They had a chance. Number 25, Ulysses Lee, had a chance to make the tackle. Just a little too slow with the Olympians trying to stop that play. 1st down and 10 for the Cougars. Cummings going to hand it to Finau. Up the middle, and Finau rumbles for a healthy 5. So Kenny Finau, usually an outstanding defensive end, does a good job running the football, and he's a junior. The Cougars have to be very encouraged about his prospect of returning for next year. 2nd down and 5 for Hawthorne. Kevin Jackson and Chapman in as wide receivers. They keep Finau in at fullback. Etchema splits as the tailback. Over the middle, Chapman's open. Chapman has a chance to go. Chapman will go 60 yards. Touchdown, Cougars. So 60-yard touchdown for Jermaine Chapman. They almost hit him earlier with that play. It was going to go for a touchdown, but the pass was a bad one. But they make a good one right here, and they connect to go 60 yards. 2-point conversion attempt possibly coming up. Here's Hector Urbano running on late for the Cougars. And they're going to have to call for time. They're going to get us a chance to look at that play again. So Jermaine Chapman has been a big play player. Had a kick return last year in this game. Does the job here as Andre the Arm Cummings does a terrific job laying some touch on the ball. Darnell Charles fell down. But when you fall down, Darnell, you got to get back up and chase after him. But Jermaine Chapman, no one was stopping him. So the mud on the side of the Cougars on that play. And Hawthorne up by 7. Go ahead and see if we can take a look at the slippage. He slipped. He was wide open. It was over with from there. Tyrone Brooks, not a very good tackler, and you see why, as Jermaine Chapman takes it all the way. So the Olympian defense has got to shake that one off. The sophomore, Darnell Charles, was the one who got beat on that play. He's just a sophomore. He's going to have to shake it off and show some maturity for the Olympians to stay in this one. So the Cougars looks like they may go for 2, up by 7 here. Well, no, they shifted over. I have to think that they're going to give this film to the playoff teams that they play, so they won't show them any other 2-point conversions. It's up and good, and the Cougars lead it by 8, 20-12 on Channel 60 Sports. So this Hawthorne crowd excited about what was a huge opening possession play. 60-yard slant pass to give the Cougars a 20-12 advantage from Howcap Field. All right, the Olympians will get it back. Kick returns have been exciting for them as Eddie Miller broke one for a touchdown. Something to cheer about here at Hawthorne. The Cougars riled up after that first half, letting Lusinger stay into this ball game. Now they give himself an 8-point cushion. How come I never got one of those signs? All right, Urbano slips as he kicks it, and it's to Chester Johnson. He's going to let it go out of bounds. Smart play by the sophomore to let that one go out of bounds. That'll bring it out to the 35-yard line. They will not kick it to Eddie Miller again, and that's a wise decision. So the Olympians will have it first down and 10 now. They were going to be tested for the first time in this game to see how their will is. They're down by 8, the biggest margin so far. So the ball placed at the 35 off of the penalty for kicking it out of bounds, a legal procedure. Lusinger with it, first down, 10 yards to go. Chris Fourier didn't do a bad job in the first half. Sets under center. Johnny Mendez is the center. And we're going to get penalty flags. And that one may be against Camacho. George Camacho, the former Cougar, may have jumped that one right there. And a false start on him. So, first and 15. Now the Olympians give up the 60-yard touchdown, and they give up a penalty right here. I know the coaching staff does not want them to fall apart at this point, as the Cougars are on the prowl. First down and 15 for Lusinger. They have the trip set over the left side, and Lusinger's going to get the 5 yards back. Kenny Finau jumps into the neutral zone, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So a lot of action. We asked our football god to give us some action here in the second half. He has done that as he gives us a 60-yard touchdown, an exciting first half, now an exciting second half right off the bat with 10:57 remaining in the third quarter, and the score 20-12 Cougars. First down and 10 for Lusinger. Hey, give it to Bruno, and Bruno stopped for no gain, maybe less than that. So it's going to be second down and 10. Brian Bruno hasn't seen any daylight going up the middle so far this game. But the Cougars have terrific defensive linemen. William Zaya and Corey Thetford often clog up the middle for opponents. All right, second down and 10. Ulysses Lee, Eddie Miller, and Tyrone Brooks at receiver. This one's going to go over the middle to the tight end. He has about 9.5. It's going to be close to the first down. That's Alpha English. English made the big catch to take it to the 1-yard line in the first half. He makes another big play right here. So Alpha English, the juniors, come through in the biggest game of the year. Take another look. They had 3 receivers to the left, so they go back to the receiver on the right, which was the tight end. Same formation for Lusinger, but Eddie Miller's in the backfield now. 3rd down and 1. And the center forgot the snap count. So instead of 3rd and 1, it's going to be 3rd down and 6. What a big play. Johnny Mendez, the center, forgot the snap count, and that really hurts the Olympians. Not a particularly good passing team. Forced into a passing situation here. And they don't want to give it to the Cougars, who are up by 8, and look to get things clicking. Third down and 6. Huge 3rd down early in the first half. Or pardon me, early in the second half. High formation, and they're going to give it to Eddie Miller. Eddie Miller with a big hole in the first down. All the way past midfield. Is there any runner in the South Bay who runs with more heart than this kid right here? All muddied and beat up. Just keeps it going. Good blocking by Guerin. Nice big hole. Eddie Miller then works. Look at that. Keep his balance and drive for the first. They say his knee hit at the 48-yard line, which is a good call. So it's 1st down and 10 for the Olympians. 5-2 receiver. Donald Bell splits out to the right. Hawthorne, oh no. Hawthorne showing blitz, and Alpha English embarrassingly jumps off. And Bob Greer has to be biting his tongue right now. 1st down and 15 off of the penalty. Alpha English has made some big plays, but that was a big one in the wrong direction. J.R. Muwala and his boys on the defense look to stop that Olympian offense. Hey, by the way, if you're complaining about who this announcer is, Rufus is homesick with the flu, so send your wishes out to him. Up the middle, Bruno driving to get the 5 back. Good run by Bruno. He was hit at the line, and he just dragged Joe Echema and Kenny Finau out 5 yards. Terrific run by Brian Bruno. The 5'7", they say 220. He's about 150. 2nd down and 10. Lusinger slowly but surely moving the chains. They got the possession started from the 35. Take another look at Bruno. This drive has already gone past 3 minutes, and the Olympians have only moved it about 13 yards. So ball at the 48. Fourier back to throw it. He has a man deep. Incomplete. Intended for Ulysses Lee off of his fingertips at the last split second. So the general, Ulysses Lee, had it on the tip of his fingertips. Take another look at this one. Oh. 3rd down and 10. Passing situation now for Lusinger. Fourier throws it to Eddie Miller, incomplete out of the backfield. That one was a little bit low. So it's 4th down. And here comes the punting team. So the Cougars hold on defense, up by 8. And Jermaine Chapman is back deep to receive with Brandy Russell. Chapman just on the last possession had a 60-yard punt, or pardon me, a 60-yard slant pass he took all the way to the house. Eddie Miller to punt the ball away. He had a 63-yard punt. It's a fake, and Brian Bruno has it. Brian Bruno's not going to get the 1st down. He comes up 4 yards short. The Cougars will take over at the 46. Tackle was made by Teron Burrell. So the Cougars with a big stop, and the Olympians turn it over. So Hawthorne has it. First down and 10. Take another look. He couldn't break the tackle. He sure did try. Nice play by Burrell to hold on. Finau on the trap, breaks it big. Kenny Finau to the outside, fumbles, out of bounds. So he'll gain 15. So Finau started off nice on the quick trap, but almost ended in disaster with fumbling it at the end. And for his advantage, it was fumbled out of bounds. All right, Cougars though. First down, however. First down and 10. If the Cougars offense can get it going here, they can put this baby away. First and 10. Give it to Etcham over the right side. He's hit. Oh, nice play by Evelyn Smith to stop him for no gain. Reading the block, coming up and making a nice play from his linebacker spot. They've held Joe Etchema in check all evening. Also on the play, you see number 32, David Hosier. Second down and 10 though. So the Olympians defense, they gave up the 60-yard touchdown, but other than that, they've really done a good job against this high-octane Cougar offense. Coming. Trap, Keith Green, up the middle, gone. Forget it. Keith Green, touchdown Cougars. 40-yard touchdown run for Keith Green, the senior. So a 60-yard pass for a touchdown on the last possession, and the Cougars get 40 yards on the run. And they may just have too much firepower for the Olympians. All right, extra point. Cougars haven't gone for 2 all night. This may be a record. Oh, maybe they might fake it and go for 2 here. They do. Brandy Russell stopped short. So the one time they go for 2, the Olympians stop them. And Lusingers down 26-12. Let's take another look. They bust on the quick trap earlier by Kenny Finau. They went to the trap here. Huge hole for Keith Green. All he had to do is run straight. Outruns Tyrone Brooks. Oh, Tyrone Brooks got to make the play. He's the senior, but he doesn't make the play in the big game here. Take another look at the trap. Huge hole as they double team the linebackers. And it's all end zone for Keith Green as Tyrone Brooks can't make the play. Lusinger down by 2 scores now as the Cougars offense starts to look like you're going to use the talent that they have, as they are stocked with talented ball players out here. He's the most talented Cougar team in years. Hector Urbano swivs it. It goes to Alpha English, and English puts his head down and he gets trampled at the 40-yard line. So it's first down for Lusinger. They're down by 14 as the Cougar attack starts to take precedent. And the Olympians may have to put it in the air. It's not what they wanted to do. They wanted to control the ball this game. There's Dan Robbins. He gets those arms well and on our Coach Robbins watch. Telling him how you got to run right behind the wedge. So the Olympians trying to mount a drive here as they start first and 10, 60 yards away from their end zone. And Fourier going up top to Lee again. Incomplete. Pass interference on the Cougars. That was needless. They did not have to catch him. Lee does not have the speed to catch up to that one, but they're going to get called for the hold. They're either going to call it on Jermaine Chapman or Earl Cutley. See if we can take another look. Fourier's throwing the deep ball nicely today. Ulysses Lee's been open a couple of times. Speed just not where he wants it, and you see the hold by Cutler. First down and 10. So the Olympians get a break. They have it in Cougar territory at the 45. Eddie Miller in the backfield. He'll get the pitch. Miller has a seam. Upfield, flag down. And we may get holding against the Olympians. So bring the run back. 5-yard penalty to be wiped out. So the ball right now would be at the 40. From the spot of the foul, I guess they'll take it and make it first and about 15 due to the 10-yard penalty. So they call the holding against the Olympians. So it'll be first down and 16 off the holding. It's going to be the holding's going to be off their right side. First down and 15. The 5-2 man is in the slot. Down in Vail. Bruno in the backfield. Cougars showing blitz. They come with it. Bruno gets it. Bruno trying to break tackles. He does. Bruno breaks it free. Brian Bruno's going to go 50 yards for the touchdown. What a run by Brian Bruno. What an run for the touchdown. The senior Bruno was telling me during the week that he couldn't see the field throughout much of last year. Worked hard on the way from the offseason. And he makes a huge play in the biggest game of his life. So the Olympians right back in it. Down by 8. They're going to go for 2, it looks like. They're going to go for 2. Bruno gets it. Bruno stops. Blocking was not there on that play, so the lead stays at 8 for the Cougars. So we have seen some big plays. The kick return, 90 yards by Eddie Miller. The block punt by Keith Green. The 40-yard touchdown by Keith Green. Let's take another look. It's a trap play. The Olympians run the trap just as well as the Cougars. They go 50 yards as he bounces off of Joe Etchema and outruns Kaven Jackson to the end zone. What a beautiful play by Brian Bruno. He's even outrunning our cameraman. And we know that's close to impossible here at Lawndale's Community Cable Channel 60. 26-18. The Cougars lead it with 5:48 to go in the third quarter. Long ways to go from Hellcat Field. This turning into one of the memorable Hawthorne-Lusinger matchups. Eddie Miller set to kick the ball away. Lusinger side back into this ball game as their crowd is on their feet. They've been on their feet all night long, but they have something to cheer about. Big 50-yard run. And they swiv it again. It'll go to Kaven Jackson. Jackson out past the 30 to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will start it up. Here we go again. We have seen some big plays tonight. 90-yard kick return by Eddie Miller. Punt blocked by Keith Green. 40-yard touchdown run by Keith Green. 60-yard touchdown pass to Jermaine Chapman, and a 50-yard touchdown run by Brian Bruno. These people have gotten their money's worth tonight. And I hope you're enjoying watching it here on Channel 60 Sports. First down and 10. So the Cougars have started up again. Etchema and Finau in the backfield. They ran the trap to success. They fake it this time and go to Etchema in the flat. And Donald Bell tries to hold on to him, but Etchema breaks it. And Joe Etchema is gone. He goes 65 yards. What a game of big plays by Joe Etchema, his Hawthorne teammate. Just as it looked at losing, he was right back in the ball game. The Cougars bite him and bite him big, 65-yard style. So the Cougars now up by 14. Hector Urbano, kick it, up and in. 33-18, the home team from Hellcat. Take another look. Beautiful fake by Andre the arm. Swings it out in the flat, and Donald Bell, 5'2", 120 pounds, not a match for, oh, what a beautiful play to keep his balance. What a great play. And then he was gone. No one had a chance. Tyrone Brooks had a chance, but he just doesn't get there. And it's 5:28 remaining. The mud may have helped him out. Look, he's going to slide, and when he slides, that's like a move. Marcus Allen Jr. does it again. And you see Tyrone Brooks has a chance on the angle coming into your screen. Not quite. We're set to kick the ball off. Urbano kicked it to Bruno. Bruno just had a 50-yard touchdown run. Tries to go back the other way, and he is smacked down at the 20. Keith Aquina comes up with a big play to knock Bruno down. They're loving it at Hellcat. Still haven't seen the trolley Tui Pelotu, the only Tui Pelotu, not in uniform for tonight's game. First down and 10 for Lusinger. It's their turn to come up with a big play, or maybe it's the Hawthorne defense's turn to come up with a big play. From the 23-yard line, Bruno again, hit, bouncing off again, but this time the Cougars swarm after him and drop it after 2. Think he's enjoying this? I think he's thinking about playing video games. Looked like he was holding a joystick right there. Second down and 8. Second down and 8 for the Olympians. As this game of big play is going to continue with 4:45 left to play in the third quarter. Hellcat Field has been the home of big plays tonight. And they give it to Eddie Miller this time, and Eddie Miller is dropped. No gain. Big hit by the Cougars. Let's see who made that big hit. Who was that masked man? From ground level, if you are the faint of heart, do not watch this play. Boom! William Vea and Eddie Miller. What a huge collision by Vea and Eddie Miller. Third down and 8 for the Olympians now. They may have to put it up in the air. That may mean big play. They're gonna give it on the counter to Eddie Miller. Eddie Miller breaks into the free, crosses his field. Eddie Miller outside the 50 to the 45, and a big gain of 35 yards. Penalty flag on the play, though. Penalty flag on the play, and it's going to be holding on the Olympians. Oh, Oh, a huge run going to be wiped out by a holding call. Unbelievable. And it may have been George Camacho, the man who transferred from Hawthorne. There you see Eddie Miller. Boy, does he give his all every time he touched that rock. Look at that. Great downfield blocking by Cifuentes in English. But it's all for naught as it comes back on a holding call. 3rd down and 12. Three minutes, 39 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Other games tonight. Peninsula deciding the Bay League Championship. They have clinched league championship. They play Santa Monica tonight. All right, 3rd down and 12. Play action. Fourier going downfield. He has English. Got it. And dropped it at the end. Are they going to say a catch? No, incomplete. What a big play again. Comes off limping. Everything hurts a little bit when you drop a pass. See if we can see if there's any controversy on that one. And Fourier has been putting these balls right on the mark all game long. Strong arm senior. Hey, that's a catch, buddy. That is a catch. Oh, well. 4th down and 12 for Lusinger. Lusinger calls for time. It gives us time to tell you that another game going on in the South Bay tonight to decide who will be the 3rd place team in the South Bay. The North Torrance Saxons are facing the Torrance Tartars. Both teams with 2 league losses. Winner of that game will go to the playoffs. The loser will not. Maybe they'll get in that large bid, though. Let's take another look at the dropped pass that may have been caught. All right, 1 foot only has to be down in high school. He's got it. That ball was caught. That ball was caught. That should have actually been a catch in the fumble. But the Cougars would have recovered, so it really doesn't matter. 4th down and 12. So the Cougars hold him again on defense. Fourth and 12. Jermaine Chapman and Brandy Russell back to receive the punt from Eddie Miller. High snap. Eddie Miller is going to run with it. Eddie Miller is going to be stopped, and Lusinger turns the ball over deep in their own territory. At the 15-yard line. I can't think the fake punt was called. Eddie Miller must have tried to take it himself, and the Lusinger faithful can't believe it. So Lusinger turns it over deep in their own end of the 15-yard line. 3 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Cougars leading 33-18, can put it away right here on this drive. Keith Green and a tailback. He's made some big plays, blocked the punt, ran a 40-yard touchdown on a trap. Fade pattern, Chapman's wide open, and that looked easy. Touchdown, Cougars. And he takes the victory lap, and this Cougar stands as loving it as he just burned T. Charles on the fade that play. And the Cougars open up their lead, 39-18. Extra point is up, and it is no good. So the Olympians keep them from getting 40. But however, the Cougars leading by 23, 39-18. As the marquee players for the Cougars have really lived up to their billing. Jermaine Chapman with a big 60-yard touchdown catch and run. Keith Green, a 40-yard touchdown. Andre Cummings has directed the offense like one would direct the symphony. And the Cougars clicking on all cylinders going into the playoffs. All right, take another look at that replay. It was just a one-step drop, and they had him burned all the way. Eddie Miller on the return, drops it. Eddie Miller's in big trouble. Put it on a knee. He got on a knee. He was going to break that one all the way, but he was on a knee. So Lusinger back deep again, their own 17-yard line. Lusinger band finding something to cheer about, finding something to play about, but right now their defense needs to play. First down and 10 for Lou at their own 18. 2:56 remaining in the third quarter. Hawthorne is taking control of this game, and this crowd knows it. She certainly knows it. So does he. First and 10. Bruno the lone running back, and when Bruno sees a hole, they got to blow a penalty. So after the penalty, it'll be first down and 15 for the Olympians. 2:53 left to play in the third quarter. First down and 15. All right, Bruno's going to get it, trying to turn the corner, and Bruno's dropped. Nice play made by Chris Perry to drop Bruno in the backfield. Perry, he'll be back next year also. But he's going to be key next week in the playoffs. All these Cougars are going to be key. Those fans are going to be key. They need to come out and support the Cougars. As you remember last year in their opening win, lost to Ayala, very sparse traveling crowd by the Cougar fans. But they need to support them this year as this team has a chance to take it all the way. Second down and about 17. Cifuentes incomplete. And it's Battle of the Bands as Hawthorne first played this tune, and then the Lusinger played the tune, and now Hawthorne plays the same tune again. That's what you like about the rivalry. So I wonder what they're going to play. Third down and 17. Incomplete. And the Olympians have to kick it away again. And the Cougars, third quarter only, have a chance to put more on the board. And they're playing the same tune. So for the fourth time, we've heard the same tune from both sides, and the boos start to cascade down from Hellcat. So our version of Battle of the Bands here at Hellcat, Channel 60 Sport. Eddie Miller to punt the ball away for Lusinger, and it's blocked again. The ball rolling around at the 1-yard line, and it's going to be first down and goal for the Cougars. 2 blocked punts on the evening. Chris Perry blocked the punt. So this game is starting to really get away from the Olympians, and they're in danger of getting thrown out as the Cougars in the second half is taking it over. And for the 5th time, they're playing the same tune. Battle of the Band continues. Battle of the football teams better continue. First down and goal from the 1 foot line. Etcheman in the backfield. Cummings gonna sneak it. Cummings gonna score it. So the Cougars lead it 45-18. And they're holding Andre Cummings. Done a terrific job all year, the senior. And the Cougars starting to look at that Channel 60 Mayor's Cup trophy. Extra point. Good by Urbano. So here in the second half, the Cougars have outscored the Olympians 33-6. We went into halftime with a score 13-12, and Lusinger had the momentum. But now the talent of the Cougars taking over, and the score is 46-18. As the Mayor's Trophy starting to turn Cougar Cardinal in gold. And the Mayor's Trophy, I see it being brought along the Cougar sideline, so they've claimed it already. Urbano to kick it off. This is Eddie Miller. He has a kick return already in this ball game. Starts off right side, and Eddie Miller is down at the 23, and the Cougars are on a roll. .144 left to play in the third quarter. Hawthorne exploding to a 46-18 lead. They've scored 33 points here in they've scored 33 points here in the third quarter. So Hawthorne exploded. For the Lusinger seniors, Brian Bruno, Evelyn Smith, Eddie Miller, Chris Fourier, George Camacho, seeing their last and final game slip away from them here in the third quarter. As they've already taken the Mayor's Trophy down to the sideline. Let the celebration begin. All right, the Cougars are holding the Olympians off here in the second half as Lusinger charged ahead with 12 first half points against the tough Cougar defense. And Coach Bobby Greer has to be consoling his team on calming down, finishing this one out, and turning the gear in at the end of the ball game. And they started a clap here on the Cougar sideline. They are really having a good time. They were kept silent in the first half, but they are enjoying themselves. First down and 10 for Lusinger. The game must go on. A minute 15 still remaining in the third quarter. Fourier in deep trouble is dropped for a big loss. Corey Thetford led the charge for the Cougars. Keith Green thought he had himself a touchdown. Officials weren't buying it, Keith. 50 seconds remaining and running. And that Cougar offensive line, that Olympian offensive line, had a tough time out here this afternoon, although they've done a good job most of the night. Take a look at Fourier. Tried to set up. Had time at the beginning. Broke down. Keith Green actually with a sack. Second down and 20. Fourier going to put it up again. Going for it. Oh, has Donald Bell caught it, intercepted. Intercepted by Keith Green. It bounced off Bell. Green returning it. Green is inside the 20 and down at the 15. Now let me ask you something. The ground can't cause a fumble, but it looked like when Donald Bell hit the ground, the ball also pops out. However, it's ruled an interception, and the Cougars will start deep in Olympian territory at the 15. See if we can see what happened there. And let's see. Oh no, that just bounced off Bell. Terrific call, and Keith Green was right there to intercept it. Nice play by Green, and he wanted himself a touchdown. You're going to see it fly wide off of Bell's shoulder pad into Green's hand. That's the end of the third quarter. It has been all Cougars. They've put 33 on the board in the quarter. They lead it 46-18 on Lawndale's Community Cable, Channel 60. Let's see it again. Let's talk about the interception. Super duper slow motion here. The ball's in the air. See if it hit the ground. I think it may have hit the ground. There, he's got it. And it hit the ground. It hit the ground, but however, can't cry over spilled milk if you're the Olympian, because here come the Cougars breathing down your neck. First down and 10 from the 15. Inside give. Etchema has had a tough time of it today. Gets strung out. He caught the touchdown pass, but running the football, he's had a tough time of it. The Cougars haven't dug deep into their playbook. Maybe this is a game that they'll exchange with some of the coaches that they might play in the CIF playoffs. So the Cougars have played much of their game on this second half in losing territory. They scored 45 last week against Inglewood. They have 46 now. Give to Finau. Finau off right tackle. Finau running down inside the 5. So Kenny Finau starting to really do it on both sides of the ball. Only a junior. He's done a great job. See Kenny Finau trying to get outside, but holding off for dear life was the 5'2" Donald Bell. I know that's tough. 5'2", 120 pounds, and you're going against Kenny Finau, 6 feet, 220. Out height you 8 inches, outweighs you by 100. All right, second down. Here comes Finau, and here comes another Cougar touchdown. Kenny Finau gets it and scores it again, and the Cougars have put 52 on the board and counting. This score was 13-12 at halftime. And they're getting their boogie on. Cougars don't dance, they boogie. Extra point attempt coming up by Hector Urbano. Up and through. And there's the Mayor's Trophy. It is on the Cougar sideline. Looks almost like the Heisman Trophy. The Mayor's Trophy captured by the Cougars for the first year in history. So 40-second half points been put on the board by the Cougars. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in about 2 seconds on Lawndale's Community Cable, Channel 60, home of the Channel 60 Bowl. All right. The kickoff went out of bounds, so the Olympians will get it at the 35-yard line. So if you're the Olympians, yes, this was a disappointing year. Yes, you did lose 5 starters before the quarterback took his first snap. So next year, the Olympians with a lot of sophomores playing now, next year they look for them to have a little better season. Here comes Eddie Miller. Down goes Eddie Miller at the 37-yard line. So 2nd down and 8. The Cougars getting hip to the Eddie Miller right, Eddie Miller left show. So you talk about the end of the Lusinger season. You talk about they're going early. This team had the talent. With Keith Miller was supposed to return, All-American preseason. Marquise Williams, former All-League selection. And Devin Green would have been the best quarterback in the Bay League. Jermon McGee, one of the best receivers and defensive backs in the league. Charles Taylor, one of the best return men. All slated to return, never put on a Lusinger uniform again. And this is Darnell Charles with a nice run. He's another sophomore. So whose fault, you ask? That's for another court to decide. This season, however, you can't blame the coaches for Lusinger. They've done a good job with what they had. Let's face it, this is not one of the most talented teams ever to put on the L hat. It was supposed to be in the preseason the most talented team maybe ever at Lusinger, but unfortunately this coaching staff wasn't able to field these players out, and too bad the Olympians are going to end up with a 2-8 season. Here's Brian Bruno, one of the seniors who stayed and he worked hard. He runs hard and tries to get the first down. Looks like he has it. You ask what some of the, take a look at the Mayor's Trophy. You ask what some of the other Olympians are doing that left. Well, Keith Miller and Marquise Williams right now at Sarah High School. And they played for they won the league championship tonight with a 49-0 win over Bishop Montgomery. So they won the league championship, and they left the Lusinger Olympians cupboards bare as they ended up with a 2-8 season. So you can't blame the coaches for, they done what they can with the talent that they had. Maybe last year the offense was a little bit antiquated, but this year the Olympians did what they could with what they had. All right, 1st down and 10 for Lusinger. Some of the reserve team action. This is Red Woodard in at quarterback, the junior. He gives to Bruno for a short gain. All right, 2nd down and 7. Great to have you with us here on Channel 60 Sports. For the Channel 60 Bowl, the Mayor's Trophy for the first time presented to the winner, which will be the Cougars. 2nd down and 7 for Lusinger. So some of the reserves in, getting some experience. Jermaine Woodard can say that he played in a Hawthorne and Lusinger game. This is Eddie Miller on the sweep, and he's clubbed down by Chris Perry. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. So what it all comes down to is it's a shame that the Lusinger Olympians had all the talent in the world in the spring, but when it came to fall, it all wilted, and that's just a total shame for this program. It basically had to start from scratch. 3rd down and 10. So this has been a game of huge plays. Now I can't even keep track anymore. There's been so many big plays. Brian Bruno and Eddie Miller covered in mud as they play their hearts out. They've done their share, and Red Woodard throws it incomplete, and he's sandwiched back at the 41-yard line, and the Olympians will have to punt it away, and the Cougars will get it back. Now the Olympians better hustle on this punt because Jermaine Chapman, we know he can take it back all the way. And for the Cougars, they're going to go into the playoffs on the strength of winning 6 of their last 8. They were rated behind North Torrance of all people, and they spanked the Torrance school. And the Olympians go with a fake. Brian Bruno breaks it for the first down and a lot more. Bruno inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. And we have a late flag coming in. Brian Bruno not giving up for the Olympians. Anyone who knows him and know that Bruno, the whole family doesn't give up. He has a brother that plays freshman football. There's Brian Bruno. We put that 220 pounds up there again would die because he's about 150. Take another look. Quick inside snap to Bruno. They tried to fake early. It didn't work. And that led to the onslaught in the second half. But Brian Bruno, he ran a 90-yard touchdown run last week. And he shows why he's an all-league candidate this year. But Hawthorne has been too much the second half. They've had too much talent. The Cougars, 40 second half points. 33 of them coming in the third quarter. It was a 13-12 score at halftime. The Olympians had all the momentum on their side. But they're playing at Howcat. And you don't win at Howcat. So the Cougars call for time. The coin flip to determine matchups and home field advantage will be Sunday. Look Monday on your Channel 60 bulletin board for the pairings of Hawthorne. We'll be at that game next week, but we want you to travel out to the game. Wherever they go, the Cougars need your support. And the Cougars surely want a piece of Ayala, who ousted them in the first round last year in a terrific game. But this Cougar team has the talent to take it all the way. Never before, since '93, has the Cougars have had this much talent on the offense and defensive side of the ball. First down and 10. Red Woodard in huge trouble. Throws it away. Incomplete. Last time the Cougars went to the championship, they played Newberry Park. We brought that game right here to you on Channel 60 Sports. And if the Cougars go to the championship, I'm being told that the Cougars lost on a bad call in that play, in that game, in the mud. Executive producer Mike Galarza tells me that. Gracious. Second down and 10 for the Cougs, for the Olympians, excuse me. Red Woodard throwing incomplete. He's getting a bit wild here. Third down and 10. That quarterback from Newberry Park, the team the Cougars lost to, Keith Smith, now starting for the Arizona Wildcats in the Pac-10. Cougar will be playing tomorrow in the big showdown between Washington and UCLA. Mustafa Sobey, the starting tackle for the Washington Huskies. And for losing this, Aaron Williams will be playing for USC, and Arizona State will have Jason Simmons. Red Woodard throwing it up for grabs, incomplete. So on a muddy night, a lot of festivities. Took about 20 minutes in the pregame. Show us your face. Fourth down and 10. All right. An injured Olympian. That's why we have the timeout right here. So, what do you think about the Olympians next year, you ask? I tell you, the Olympians playing a lot of sophomores now. They should have some players. And they have a lot of big freshman talent coming back next year. But I look at the Olympians next year. They better have guys eligible, and they better not have guys transfer like this year. You cannot have a winning season when 5 potential all-league players transfer or just can't play for whatever reason. I'm being told in the truck, shame on them. The opinions expressed by Mike Galarza are not necessarily those of Channel 60 in the city of Lawndale. 5:51 left to play in this ball game. We can only hope that Moses won't lead the Olympians to other schools next year and the years to come. By the way, yesterday, the Olympians won 21-0 in the JV game, and they lost 18-0 to Hawthorne here in Hellcat. So if you're the Cougars, what are you looking for after this game, you ask? Well, the Cougars have the potential to take it all the way, and they have the potential to lose early in the first round. They make a lot of mistakes, but they will make a lot of big plays. And it's going to be a treat to watch them in the coming weeks. All right, Woodard to put it up on 4th down. No, he's not going to. Kenny Finau throws him down for the loss, and Finau's had a terrific game. And Kenny Finau is, as it's time to start thinking about our Lawndale Cable Usage Corporation player of the game, he gets my vote. He gets my vote. It's been many, but I think Kenny Finau has been above and beyond, defensively and offensively. Take another look. They just tried to block him, but he fights it off. Man, is he a terrific defensive end. Played with Keith Miller and Pop Warner, he told me the other day. 1st down and 10 for the Cougars. They have some of their reserves in. Only Earl Cutley, the tailback, and the fullback, J.R. Mwala, who we know can rumble with it. Andre Cummings still in at quarterback. Andre the Arm hasn't had to do much today as Earl Cutley breaks it big time. 1st down and more. Out to the 42. 4:32 left to play in this ball game. Congratulations to the Cougars. They're going to take home the first Mayor's Cup, the Mayor's Trophy. Take a look at the juniors. They're going to take home the first annual Mayor's Trophy. It'll go to the winning school each and every year. So Mayor Guidi is going to be happy that his city takes it home. There's a nice cutback. We have seen a terrific offensive game, and both offenses should be commended. They've given us a treat. All right, the Cougars with their backup quarterback, Keith Green, and he gives it to Cutley, and Cutley's going to be blasted. Bo Moy Moy looks to be the man that knocked him down for the Olympians. And a lot of sophomores in there for the Olympians now. Tick, 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 tick. The Olympians with a lot of sophomores and reserves in the ball game now, as the seniors will play their final game as the Lusinger Olympians. Tough way to go out on the wrong side of a 53-18 score. Mwala with a big run, and Mwala breaking tackles. The only thing to stop him was Bell, but Mwala will take it all the way. He fumbled. Or he fell down at the 5-yard line. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He was so far off to the right we couldn't see, and we just gave him the touchdown. So J.R. Mwala fell down, and there's something for the Cougars players and coaching staff to rib him about. The man who made the tackle was an ant. We'll take a look at that one after this play. I got to see that one again. All right, the Cougars, though, 1st down and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Penalty flag, too much time. Let's take another look at that last play. I don't believe he fell. Our Channel 60 cameras stopped him. He breaks the tackle of Chester Johnson right there, and then Donald Bell with not much of a chance at the big guy. And let's see what happened here. He could go all the... Oh, no, that's too bad. You would say a blade of grass caught him, but there's no grass left here at Hellcap after this weekend. Michael Larger says it's the Ghost of Football pass. Earl Cutley will run with it, cuts it up, and thrown down. They'll keep that clock moving with 1:57 left to play. The Cougars they want to put 60 on the board. We want to see that again. Let's see if we can see where he fell. Big run. This was going to go for 60 yards. Ended up going for 55, and he's going to... Second down and goal to go with 1.5 left to play. And Keith Green on the quarterback keeper. Nobody's even close to him. Touchdown. But it may come back because a penalty flag is on the field. The Cougars were about to put 60 points on the board. All right, we get the holding call against the Cougars, so the Olympians dodged the 60-pointer with a minute left in Channel 60 Bowl 97. All right, number 17 is going to be the guilty man, Delano Young. He gets a little bit of the hold of the jersey. All right, Keith Green going to give it to Muala. This time they stop the big truck. All right, 38 seconds left to play in the ball game. Clock is a-running. 53-18, the Cougars. They're going to take home the Mayor's Trophy in Channel 60 Bowl 97 as they have defeated the crosstown rival Lusinger Olympians handily in a one-sided second half affair. It was 13-12 at halftime. They've outscored the Olympians big time here in the second half. As the crowd counts it down, that's the ball game, and the Cougars will take home the Mayor's Trophy, and more importantly, they'll go into the they'll go into playoffs with the advantage of winning 6 out of their last 8 games. Only Bay League loss went to the Peninsula. So congratulations to the Cougars who take home the Mayor's Trophy. (53-18). The Hawthorne Cougars' offensive attack just too potent for the Olympians. The Olympians held them to 13 first-half points, but the Cougars went on to score 40 in the second half, 33 of them coming in the third quarter. So this is it for Coach Greer and his Lusinger Olympians for this season, of course. Next season, they'll be back and ready to go, and we'll have another Channel 60 Bowl for the Mayor's Cup, or Mayor's Trophy. I keep saying Mayor's Cup. But this is it for Coach Greer and his ball club. 3 straight years, the Olympians have now missed the playoffs. 2 of them under 500. They end this season 2-8. They also have lost 7 out of their last 8 games. So the Olympians have a lot of regrouping to do in the offseason. The Cougars, however, will move on, and they'll play in the playoffs. We'll be right there to show it to you right here on Channel 60 Sports. All right, we're waiting for the ceremony for the Channel 60, or pardon me, for the Mayor's Cup. I keep saying Mayor's Cup. It's not a cup, it's a trophy. For the Mayor's Trophy, that looks kind of like the Heisman Trophy. There's the trophy. There's Mayor Guidi from Hawthorne. And he'll be awarded the trophy. Congratulations to the Cougars on a successful season. Only Bay League loss coming against Peninsula. And right now I think the Cougars may be better than that. We will be at the playoff game, wherever it is. Division II, round 1, we will be right there, right here on Channel 60 Sports. Hopefully they draw a home field spot, but if they don't, we'll follow them wherever they go. All right, let's go down to the trophy presentation and Mayor Larry Guidi.
Okay, everybody, this is the time you've waited for. You can wait a couple more minutes to look at your team. Where's the trophy? Coaches, captains, you want to come up front?
All right, there's the Mayor's Trophy. Congratulations to the Cougars, who will move on next week. Our executive producer for this broadcast and director was Mike Galarza. Technical director was Tom Strickfaden. Andrea Guglielmo, Jose Bravo, Ali Santana, and Robert Medina ran cameras. For all of them here at Channel 60 Sports, I'm Jason Miller bidding you a pleasant farewell from Howcap Field in Channel 60 Bowl 97. The Mayor's Trophy goes to the Cougars. They win it 53-18. Good night and so long from Howcap on